Hello, everybody. I know you have not seen me live in a long time, like a long time, but I'm here and I'm here because I went to a virtual luncheon. Was it a luncheon or was it a brunch?
Dinner, neither.
Dinner. Listen, I don't know what day it is or what time it is. There's no judgment here.
None.
So, mom. But I went to a virtual dinner and Dr. Renee was talking about intentions, right? So we met everybody, and then she was like the speaker for the event. And I'm listening because I hear, we chat all the time. So I hear her talking about intentions all the time. And clearly they work because whatever it is that she intends to do, it gets done. So I listen as to how to do it and how it helps. And then I've had this notebook for a long time that's just been empty. And I have a lot of notebooks. So I had this one that was just empty. And I said, okay, this is now going to be my intentions notebook and also the gratitude part, the gratitude journal part. I'm going to do one in the morning, one in the evening, like she said, and try it out and see if it works. Do you know? It works, y'all. It works. I was unprepared and it works quickly. I can't say every single thing that I wrote down is already happening, but it's like as soon as you write it down, it's already in process, which is crazy. So I wanted to have Dr. Renee tell us how it works and share with you guys just for a few minutes how to set intentions, why they're important, and most importantly, how to set them during a crisis, because it's really hard right now for a lot of us to be optimistic and to look, towards the future and what we want to do and what we want to be and how we want to live. So, Dr. Renee, I know most people already know you, but still introduce yourself and then tell us what intentions are.
Hi, I'm Dr. Renee. Yes, I am a medical doctor, as you see my lovely friend here. But I don't practice medicine in the traditional sense. I don't see patients. I talk about health and media. So that's TV, radio, print, and online media. I'm your girl. And then I also am a publicist to other physicians to help them to do the exact same thing. So I'm also a speaker, obviously, and I love talking about the power of intention because it is very powerful and it's amazing. So intention is defined as a thing intended, an aim, or plan. So the power of intention is the power of a focused mind. So that's the thing. You want to focus. And I know, trust me, I know that it's really hard to focus right now. Very difficult to focus right now. But if you can, focusing all our mental energy towards something, we're able to give more of our brain power to it. So I literally every morning I write out my intentions for the day. And I think in crisis, the best thing to do is to practice the power of intentions. Eva just started during the crises and she thinks it's amazing. So therefore, why wouldn't you? So, like I said, we are all experiencing something right now. If it's not COVID-19, then it's experiencing being Black in America. Or Black wherever you are. But I will say that if you set your intentions, it gives you a focus for the day so that hopefully you don't sit and think about, oh my goodness, what's going to happen to my sons or my husband or my brothers or my nephews or even myself if I go out? What's going to happen if the occupant occupies for another 4 years? What's going to happen? So get out of all that. If you set intentions, you can focus on something else. If you don't get stuck scrolling on the internet, you don't get stuck watching the CNN all day or whatever news all day, you have a focus. And all your goals and even bigger ones could come true and come to fruition if you just set the intention of this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to get it done. And some of the stuff you may not know how you're going to get it done, right, Eva?
Absolutely. And because especially when you are in the middle of a crisis, it doesn't look the same as it would at any other time. So if you say, you know what, I am going to connect with more like-minded people, let's say that's your intention that you've set. Connection today, if I had set that intention 6 months ago, that would mean, going to coffee and setting up
Event.
meetings and events and things like that. But now it means, well, how much time do I have left in the day for a Zoom? None. Like, are there other ways to connect with people? So, that might mean commenting on somebody's post and finding out how they feel about certain things. That might be putting out a survey about your business and getting people to respond to you and let you know how you can serve them better. So I'm learning a ton about myself. One of the things that I noticed as I wrote a list of intentions was how many words I used repeatedly. Like, I would find that a lot of my intentions were connected to one another. So can you just kind of go into really quickly why it seems like some of the intentions are repetitive, or why they seem like they're interconnected?
I mean, especially if you have goals in mind, then it all is probably connected. Like, I know personally, I have personal goals that I want to achieve in my life, and they are all connected. The connection is obviously it's me. In my business, I know the end goal of what I'm trying to get to. So my daily intentions are honestly those steps that I feel will help to get me there. But the most amazing thing about the intentions is that even though you might have 5 things that do use the same words and everything seems to be connected, you would be amazed once you set the intention even bigger, and things that you didn't think of are going to come out of it. So I think that everything is connected because your mind, once you focus your mind, meditation is a scary thought for a lot of people. But if you can meditate, when you get past when you meditate, there's a gap. And in that gap is where you're supposed to set your intention. So if you can quiet your mind and be still, even if it's 5 minutes, and if you can think of that, that is when you're focusing. And that's why your intentions seem to all be very interconnected and seem to be aligned with each other, because you're focusing in on exactly what it is you want. You ask a lot of people, what do you want? And they're like, I don't know. I try to help people find jobs, and they're like, I go, what do you want to do? Well, I don't
I
know.
don't know. I mean, it's true though, and that's part of the problem, because you're asking yourself that question too before anybody ever asks you. So what do you want to do? And you're looking through the job listings, going, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, I never thought of that. Oh, I don't know." So one of the things that's just jumped out at me when you said take 5 minutes to quiet your mind, right? We don't do that when we're looking for jobs or any of that type of stuff. But take 5 minutes to quiet your mind, and that's where you set your intentions. Finding time to quiet our minds right now is very, very difficult, right? Especially when we're spending time on social media. Sometimes, for some of us, depending on where you live, when you're looking out the window, it's hard to find a time and a place to quiet your mind. So how do you do that? And how do you suggest that other people do that when you have calls to get on, you have discussions to have, you've got jobs to look for, and you've got social media? How do you find that 5 or 10 minutes that it takes to be able to find the place to set your intentions?
I do it before I get out of the bed. Like, it's before I put my feet on the floor. So therefore, I don't have any other distractions because it is before I get out of the bed. So I started out using some meditation apps. I can't even tell you off the top of my head because I don't use them anymore. But I used some meditation apps because I needed help, because there was no way that I could sit still that long. But now I don't need any apps, and I have prayers that I say in the morning. Then I do the meditation, and then I do creative visualization, which Sheen asked me about that. But you look at a blank space on your wall or your ceiling, and you visualize what you want to happen, whether it be that day or whether it be 10 days, 5 minutes, an hour, 5 years, whatever from now. You just visualize something in the future. And so those are the ways that I do it. I literally sit there. Meditation, I do with my eyes closed. Prayer, I do with my eyes closed. Creative visualization with my eyes open. And I literally sit there and quiet. And I think about, okay, first of all, I have to remember what day it is, because we are in the middle of Groundhog's Day. and I remember what day it is, and then I remember what I wanted to achieve. And maybe I did put some notes in my phone from the night before, and I'll look at those, but usually I'm able to really just think about it. And then I write the date, and I say, thank you, God. And I thank him as if all of my intentions have already happened. And that's it.
Wow. So the gratitude part of it, you do that in the evening, or do you do it kind of at the same time? So
No, the intentions, I thank God as if they've already happened. It's segment
okay.
intending, and that's what you do. You thank God that whatever you want to happen today, those are the intentions I set, but they were there. I'm thanking him as if they've already happened. Then I do gratitude, and I find 5 things to thank the Lord for at the end of the day before I go to bed.
So two things that I noticed: you pray and you meditate.
Yep.
So it's okay for you, I'm sure it's okay for a lot of people to have those things happen at the same time, because some people say, well, I'm a Christian, I can't meditate.
Nope.
Or I'm a Christian, I can't set intentions or affirmations. But what is it that kind of brings your faith into this? What is it that about your faith that kind of wraps it all together for you?
Well, this all started with the law of attraction, The Secret, which was Matthew, don't quote me, 22 maybe, I think. But that's what kind of brought it together for me. When I found out in the Bible, it talked about all these things about, you have to keep positivity and, all these things and talking to the universe and stuff. That was actually in the Bible. And that is what, because, when I first heard people talking about The Secret, I thought, what is this hokey pokey? But when they put the biblical references and I went through my Bible and saw exactly what they were talking about, I was like, oh. And then when I practiced, people already thought I was practicing it. I just didn't know a name was for it. And then once I figured that out, I said, oh, this makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I thank God every morning that I open my eyes. So I do that first. Then I do my meditation. And there's a thing they say. They're like, prayer is talking to God and meditation's when he's speaking to you. Something like that, I think they said.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I had never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I forgot where I read that, but somebody said that. And I was like, it makes sense because meditation, you are silent. But in prayer, you're supposed to be talking to him and talk,
So my first thought when I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this was, how do I write it? What do I say? Are there certain words I need to stay away from? Are there certain words that I need to pay attention to? Do I need to use specific adjectives? Do I need to be very specific? Do I need to be broad? What is it like? Where is our starting place for writing those intentions? If, say, we're going to do it first thing in the morning, where do we begin the sentence? Because a lot of people say, oh, this is where your mind is supposed to be, but where does my pen go?
So, like I said, I believe in God. So I say, thank you, God. That is the first line of every single one. And then I write out the intentions, and it could be a lot of words. It could be a few words. I'll be honest with you. There are days that I literally write, I am, and I am. And there's these I am statements. Yeah. There are days that I do that. And that's all I write. And I say, love, Renee, and I'm done. Today, the top of the page said payday. And as you already know, it came down.
Y'all, if y'all need to go and find the video with Dr. Randy and Dr. Renee that tells you how to get that COVID-19 coin. We're going to, Renee, when you get a minute, come back and add the link, because
yes.
It's real.
It's real.
It is real. I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there. Yeah. So watch the video. Dr. Randy, Dr. Renee, COVID coins.
Now, okay. I just put payday. I didn't say where it was coming from because I actually have some other payments that should come in today too. But I just said payday.
But now, we do like those COVID coins. Please, we do like those COVID coins. Please, family, go get them.
Right. The other things I wrote today, I said I was going to have great tea with Eva. And then I said something else. I said I was going to write the proposal we spoke about that I will get done. And then I forgot I said something else too. Oh, I have a Zoom tonight with my mentees and the rest of the mentors in the organization I work with. So I said something about that Zoom being great or something. And I expect all these things to happen. And like I said, some of that was very specific, but then payday was very broad. So, and I tell people, you know, and Eva's heard me in my story, when I started writing payday, I used to walk 6 to 10 miles a day when we could go outside, and I would literally find a quarter, a penny, a nickel, maybe $10, maybe $1, maybe I found money in my pocket, but I would literally just find money, and I would say thank you because that's payday.
That's right.
That was the answer. I
That's
didn't say
right.
how much. Now, some days I'm real funny and I'll write a bunch of dollar signs signaling how many digits I want, you know. Like today I got 3 digits so far, but there's 4 that's supposed to be coming in too. So I'm like
See, that would be me. I'll be like, oh, I didn't put enough. Let me update this intention to my current
right.
situation and needs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean days when I've had big meetings, I've written it down
Mm.
to make sure that it goes well, and it has. I mean,
Hmm.
so yeah, you can be
So
very specific or you can be very broad.
it's kind
And
of
there's
like
never a limit. Don't put a limit. You can have as many intentions as you want.
mm. And so what is the correlation with the gratitude at the end of the day? What is
So,
it about that makes the intentions more powerful?
well, as you know, I believe in ask it, believe it, receive it. And the receiving part, you have to have gratitude. Gratitude has the power to turn what you have into enough and into more than enough. So it's really important to say thank you. And I personally believe that if we say thank you all the time, when we need him, he'll remember that and he got us. Not that he ever forgets us, but you know what I mean? I feel like if I pray in advance, I say thank you in advance, then at that time, I don't feel like, you know, oh God, he's going to look at me crazy because I haven't thanked him in a long time. No, so I thank him for every little itty bitty thing and, you know, all the way along the journey. And it's wonderful at the end of the day to do that gratitude because you'll look back and see what happened for the day. If that was your thing, if you set intentions for the day, then you can look back in the day. If you have these journals and you look back, you can see that you thanked God for this and it happened, you know, maybe it happened 3 weeks later, but you can scroll back and see, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a great way. You need to be grateful. Like in everything, even in all this crazy that's going on, we will find the lesson in this. You know what? I literally last night did have an awakening. I said obedience was the lesson I had to learn because it has been nothing but me being obedient to God that I sat right here when I knew I should have gone home, but I couldn't go home. Like he was like, you can't go home because you could get somebody sick. It's just not safe for you to go home. As much
Right.
as I want to be right there and I'm a control freak, I can't do that. And so I think in this time, I've learned obedience. I'm obeying exactly what he said. And I know the outcome is going to be the outcome I want because I did exactly what he said to do.
So when I wanted to do the SocaMom Summit, right, I said, these are the things that I want to do. I didn't think about them as setting intentions, right? I did a vision board. This is what I want to do. And one of the things that jumped out at me during the virtual dinner party was that it doesn't always look the way that you expect it to look. You write down, I am joyful, right? You don't know what that joy is going to look like. You have no idea. I remember you telling a story about wanting to be in Essence magazine. And it's like, all right, I want to be in Essence magazine. But then the intention behind that statement got fulfilled because you end up in Ebony magazine. And then you end up in Ebony magazine again. and then of course you end up in Essence magazine, but there are the steps that come in between what you're asking for and what you get. It's just so interesting to see how that works. So thanks everybody for watching this and hanging out with us. Dr. Renee is going to be speaking at the SocaMom Summit. You saw her speak last time with the medical update, the COVID-19 discussion, and she'll be doing the medical update again, but also she has a streaming class that I suggest if you want to live stream, please take her class. It is worth it. Okay. Her advice got me through the SocaMom Summit. It's getting me through SocaMom Summit #2. And trust me, it got me through this live that I'm doing right this very second. Like I'm literally asking her last minute questions like, girl, so I don't want to look dumb, but like, what am I supposed to put? So seriously, it's worth it. Please go to SocaMomSummit.com and click on Dr. Renee's profile, and it will have the sessions that she is leading, including that workshop. All right, so everybody take a look at that. I hope you have a wonderful, as a matter of fact, let me be intentional. You will have a wonderful day.
Wonderful Wednesday.
You will have a wonderful Wednesday for the rest of the day. Okay, everybody? Take care.